Hello, everyone, and welcome to We Watch Bad Films. Yes, it's a podcast where we watch bad films so you don't have to. We got you on your socials. We're on Instagram at We Watch Bad Films. We're on Twitter. Guess what? We Watch Bad Films. I'm Gary, and with me is Jay.
Hello.
Those of you that have listened to an episode before will know Jay usually springs some terrible surprise on me. We go and watch it, and then we talk about it afterwards. We thought we'd do something a little different. Why are we going to do something a bit different today, Jay?
Because it's my birthday and I want it.
Not quite true.
Oh, I think it is our birthday, isn't it? Well, birth week, month. Can't quite remember exactly what happened, but it's an anniversary. We're not married, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, after you've had two goes at that, let me have another go. It's been a year since we started doing this, so I can't quite believe we've rattled along for a year talking about terrible films and then putting them out there for no one to listen to. But let's carry on that. As a consequence, we thought we would do something different. We've loved doing this show, but you might be aware that we've been watching films together for a while until we started podcasting. And there's a particular film we watched that we said, we should record our thoughts on that because it's just so bonkers. I want to listen back to some of the stuff. Jay, tell people what we're going to listen to today.
When Gary and I first discussed watching bad films, before we even thought about doing a podcast, well, we did a bit of research. I did a bit of research and we found out what are the top terrible films. And this one came up a lot, and the film we watched then but didn't record a podcast for, and the film we're about to watch tonight is the one and only Samurai Cop.
Yeah, Samurai Cop. It's brilliant. It's hilarious. If you haven't seen it, try and find a copy. We're going to do something a bit different today. Usually you go and watch it. This time we thought we'd do more of a live stream off the top of our heads. I'm going to edit it, but we're going to talk about it as it happens and watch it play out in front of us and enjoy the results. It's a bit of a curio. Jay, can you give any background to Samurai Cop for those not familiar?
The main guy is Matt Hannon. He made this film and then he kind of disappeared for a long time, and then I think recently in the last few years he then reappeared, and then they've also made other films with Matt Hannon, but it's also stars Robert Zadar, and if you're a fan of terrible films, you will know Robert Zadar. He's in every single one of those terrible films, all the big ones. It's directed by Amir Shervan, who I think is Turkish, maybe Iranian.
Sounds right. Yep.
Yeah, it's one of those films where it's made by a foreigner but aping the 1980s American action film style. Now, 80s American action films are already pretty dodgy territory. So when you get someone from another culture trying to ape it, it can often lead to unintentionally hilarious results. And that is certainly true with Samurai Cop. It's lauded as being one of those best of the worst type films.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, it's such a curio and it's so oddly made. But, rather than preempt it, I'll tell you what, to get you guys in the mood, you go and listen to a trailer for it, and then come back and listen to the edited highlights of us waffling on about the film as it happens. Go enjoy.
Are you Fujiyama?
Yes, I am. Who are you?
I'm a cop.
His real name is Joe Marshall. They call him Samurai. He speaks fluent Japanese. He got his martial arts training from the masters in Japan. Was brought over here from the police force in San Diego to fight us.
Would you like to fuck me?
You're the one that talked me into bringing this moron from San Diego to fight the Japanese katana gang.
Bingo.
I want him dead. I want his head cut off and brought here.
Have you been circumcised?
Yeah, I have. Why?
Well, your doctor must have cut a big portion of it off.
I want his head on this piano.
so that every man in my organization understands once more that no katana gets captured alive or talks. Got that?
How did you know I'd come home with you?
Let's just say I can read eyes.
I feel like somebody stuck a big club up my ass, and it hurts. I've got to figure out a way to get it out of there.
Okay, so we should probably start watching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hollywood Royal Pictures, that famous picture house.
Robert Zadar!
Robert Zadar gets top billing. He must have lobbied for that.
Now, I can't quite remember how much he's in this film. I've seen so many films with him in that they all sort
Yeah.
of bleed into one.
And you do just get a Robert Zadar performance from it, whenever he's on, you know.
Walking Chin.
Yeah. Yeah. He's famous for having a very large face. Yeah. I can't say any more than that. And if you haven't seen him, just try and Google Robert Zadar, Z-D-A-R. And yeah. I think his most famous role, actually mainstream, he's in Tango and Cash, the Sylvester Stallone movie.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Oh, the music, the opening music, brilliant.
Yeah, Robert Zadar, first thing you see. But his beard kind of, you know, softens it a bit.
And this guy, I've forgotten his name, but he's a very famous actor in terrible films. He, most famously for me, is in Big Trouble in Little China.
Gerald Okamura?
Yeah, I think that's him. Mullet.
It's 1991 this film was made, so it's Mullet Central.
Look at those fashions.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the fashions. You got the long black trench coat with the belt across.
Shoulder pads, the house down, lots of leather.
Some double denim.
Oh, lots of leather. Ponytails, men and women.
So there's two basically Japanese mafia gangs, I think. I think that's what they are. Trying to meet. But where are they meeting? Are they meeting? Yep, they're meeting sort of the back of a supermarket. That's where they're meeting. And
Yeah.
where are we? So, 3 minutes 40 in, and there's a karate fight scene.
Look at this guy. Double denim.
Okay, and we cut to police, and here's our man. Now, he is clearly wearing a wig there, right?
Oh my God. The wig is unbelievably bad.
So, according to interviews, he was called back to do some work after, do some reshoots after he'd cut his hair, either for it was another role or he just cut his hair. And so he has this huge Labrador-like style haircut in other scenes. And that's our establishing shot for the guy.
It's the first thing you see is this huge carpet hanging off the top of his head. And he's wearing a baseball cap which doesn't even fit. I mean, the circumference of his skull with the wig and the hat is, yeah, it's a bit off. Let's put it like that. Oh, do you know what? Watching this now, it looks like it's 1971. Look at the cars. What's going on? Why is the camera shaking so much? Look at the man. The cameraman needs to calm down. He's had too much coffee.
It looks like an episode of Columbo.
It does. I mean, it's so 80s and 70s and 90s. It's like all of the worst bits of those eras put into one image.
It's called wearing your influences on your sleeve.
Oh, I love those 80s American vans. The A-Team style van.
It is basically an A-Team van, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd forgotten all this. There's these helicopter shots, aren't they? They go on for ages.
Brilliant. It's like the beginning theme tune to Dynasty or Dallas.
Yes. Yeah,
brilliant theme tune.
So it's probably like he paid a fortune. Back to our man's real hair, real proper locks this time, not the fake Labrador hair.
You can tell.
Yeah. So our intrepid heroes. There's our heroine is in a helicopter. Our man Joe Marshall, and is he riding with the other guy, or are they in a separate car? It's not clear. They're all trying to break up a coke deal. So it's lots of sunshine. You know, it's kind of a very sun-drenched 90s Americana vibe.
Yeah.
As they bowl over to this, and there's speedboats. You know, as they get to this.
There's a lot of faded denim and cowboy boots.
Yes.
I think his partner is with him in the car, but it's filmed so badly, it looks like he's in a third car.
They're filmed kind of separately together.
Oh, they've hired a real boat. I mean, it looks quite good so far.
Yeah, and I mean, it's competent at this point. It's a bit shaky, but it's competent.
Yeah, the cameraman is a bit dodgy, but everything looks pretty good.
It's in focus.
Yeah, it's more than can be said for some of the films we've watched.
Well, exactly, you know.
What was that film we watched, Gary? The black and white 1960s one.
Oh, God.
Monster a Go-Go.
Monster a Go-Go. Oh.
You were lucky if you could see anything in the frame with that film.
That film was like an hour and 7 minutes long, and it felt like about 6. It was so bad. Can't believe you maybe watched them.
Gary's omitting the fact that he chose that one.
Shut up. The thing is, though, you know, you get films where we've said before, you get films that are bad, but they're fun and they're watchable. You know, like this one, Samurai Cop. I genuinely, you know, for people who don't mind seeing a bad film and having a laugh at it, it's well worth it. Monster Go-Go has no redeeming features. I seem to remember it was a Frankenstein of a film, ironically, sort of rescued from the remnants of another project.
Yeah, it was originally a film which was completely unrelated, and they sort of bastardized it. They took a terrible film and made it even worse.
I believe that was an Italian director.
Oh dear. We love Italians.
Oh, I've got nothing against the Italians. I was just plucking that fact in. Okay, so the drug deal's gone down. Joe and Frank are now, as they say, on the case. Yeah,
this car, Gary. Look at the car. It's I guarantee you, this car will explode or crash. Did you see the lights of the front of the car hanging off? This car is a beat up. I mean, look at it. It's from 1972. That's why this film looks old, because the car is from about 30 years prior.
There's cuts in the police department, Jay. You know, they can't afford everything. Yeah, that's got dings and knocks all over it, hasn't it?
Look at it.
And rust in the back. Oh, dear. I think the back tyre's flat as well.
It's got a flat tyre. Oh, my God.
Oh, someone left their boxes of stuff around. We got run over them.
I'm just going to leave my boxes of dead leaves just here at the front, so, you know, in case a van wants to drive into it. Oh, God, I love this music.
What do you love about it? Describe the music.
It's just the it's just so stereotypical.
Generic rock,
80s,
West Coast,
synthy, fake drummy 80s nonsense. It's upbeat. It's stupid. I love it.
This is Fake Hair is back. Fake Hair is back.
It gets bigger every time
It's huge. It's huge. It's like Cousin It from the Addams Family.
It certainly is.
So, police here just shooting guys who've done drug deals. Just shooting them.
Oh, there you go. Oh, the van explodes, Gary. It's not the beat up police. Oh my God, is a guy on fire.
There's a guy on fire effect. And he's on fire a long time.
Oh my God, and you can see his face. I forgot about this bit.
Yeah, he's properly on fire. We must have had,
I mean, I'm assuming
20 to 25 seconds of guy on fire. That is not the guy that got out of the van, though. Nothing like it.
You can see his face. It's not the guy.
I mean, the stunt man did a great job. But
yeah, but if you think about what's going on there, he's being put out by one of the actors who runs over with Matt Hannon is putting him up. He's not a stuntman. There's no stuntman on hand to put him out.
Whoa!
Oh, here we go. Oh, this is why we're watching it, Gary. This is why we're watching. Here we go, guys. Tits
We've
ahoy.
just cut straight to a sex scene.
Oh
I like
my
that Joe is wearing a posing pouch, proper posing pouch,
oh dear.
in bed. Oh.
This is the woman who was just piloting the helicopter, right? She's a police officer, right? Okay, so she absolutely loves Matt Hannon.
This seems unprofessional.
Tit. Well, she's having a good time. Definitely having a good time.
Okay.
Can I hear a saxophone? It's definitely saxophone.
Of course you can. Of course you can hear a saxophone.
Oh, but it's actually a fake saxophone. It's a synthesizer. Yeah, stay on the tits. Come on.
Yeah, it's shameless the way they're framing that shot purely on the chest area.
That is 45 seconds of tit, that is. Oh, you gotta love a fake saxophone with all the pitch
I'm
bend.
enjoying the wallpaper on that walls.
Ooh, flock. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is the bad guy. Huge Japanese mullet. And then, oh, even more mullets. Oh my God, it's mullet central. Moustaches, shoulder pads, ponytails, the lot. I mean, that is a mullet, isn't it?
I mean, if he turns too quickly, he'll have someone's eye out.
Have you ever had a mullet, Gary?
I've had the fish.
I had a mullet. I'm sure I had a mullet. I had a mullet at school, I'm pretty sure.
But we just didn't call it mullets then, did we?
Yeah, and also I don't think it counts if your mother creates your hairstyle.
Robert Zadar died 6 years ago. And you don't speak ill of the dead, but wasn't a great actor, was he? He's delivering these lines as if they are printed on the other guy's face, which they possibly were.
I totally agree, but I will say he's the best actor in the room. So.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You know, he's acting the other guy's off the planet, but he's not good.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I forgot about the police chief. The police chief is such a good character. He's the stereotypical police chief in all these cop dramas of the era. The sort of, you know, full hairdryer treatment. Always like, you know, probably taking his heart pressure, his blood pressure pills.
Yeah. Always angry about something, aren't they?
Oh, so, okay.
Wow, this guy's terrible. But now my mind is wandering because I know what's about to happen.
Me too.
Oh, here we go.
Thanks, nurse.
The nurse is leaving the office and says, "Do you like what you see? Would you like to touch what you see?" And then just asks out Joe Marshall straight away.
Yes, I would.
Would you like to fuck me?
And then go straight to, "Would you like to fuck me?" And then we go to that quite famous reaction shot when the actor Mark Fraser just looks at the camera, breaks the fourth wall completely, looks at the camera going, "Ooh." And they've clearly just asked him to do some reaction shots.
Oh my word. That is a juggernaut of a scene.
And now she's asking him if he's been circumcised. This dialogue. He was a good doctor. Good doctors make mistakes too. That's why they buy insurance.
Oh God.
So they've literally just met. She's a nurse. She's leaving the operating theatre and immediately asks him out.
Yeah.
Mad.
There's a man on the slab behind them with his face completely burnt off, literally there. Are you circumcised? What on earth is going on?
Do you know what? I'd forgotten all about that scene until the second it was coming on screen. I was like,
wow.
Oh my God.
It's so insane. Can you imagine trying to write that?
Somebody had to write it.
Oh, I also forgot all the scenes. They don't cut, do they? They sort of linger for about 10 seconds too long. So the characters will say something, then they'll leave the scene, but then the camera kind of lingers for about for way too long until some of the extras sort of walk around, and then it cuts to something else. And it happens all the time in this film. The editor is half asleep. Oh, that's a nice bit of strawberry jam all over his bandaged face. And Robert Zadar's in the bin.
Robert Zadar pops out of the laundry box. I knew something was coming out of that laundry box, but I thought it was a swap. No, Robert Zadar is there with a katana.
The choices made by this filmmaker. He doesn't stab the guy. He slowly slices his neck like he's slicing butter.
Well, you know, he's not a thug. He's an honourable man. And he's cut his head off. No, he's not sliced his neck. He's cut his head off.
And the head is bandaged and completely covered in strawberry jam. He looks mental.
Second episode in 2 weeks, and we're talking about jam again.
I wonder if it's Tiptree.
I do hope it's Wilkin and Sons jam. They do make exceptionally good jam, and we certainly would accept any free gifts they want to send us.
Yes, please. They're only up the road.
On the Uptut Road. I'll pop in. I don't mind. I'll pay the petrol.
We're now looking at a woman pushing a wheelie bin covered in tissue paper, and there's a huge mound in the wheelie bin, and it's taking a long time. So I suppose, is Robert Zadar in that? Is there a dead body? I can't even remember.
The head is in there, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's got Zadar in it as well. Oh,
it's just.
And our cop friend who was supposed to be guarding the room with his jerry curls has gone to the room, and it's just covered in poster paint. Call security. Isn't that you?
You're the police. You're not just security. You're a police officer. There is no higher security. You might as well just say, call the National Guard.
Oh, did you like that edit there? We went from the shot of one corridor to the same corridor with different actors in it.
I told you. I think the editor is, he's got issues, the editor.
Yeah, his issues is there's not enough footage to work with.
No music here, Gary. You noticing? Complete silence.
It really needs some tension.
And also, yeah, we get it. She's walking down a corridor in a hospital. We've seen it a little bit.
They must have paid a big bucks to get that stuff. Oh yeah, Robert Zadar was in the laundry box. That's good.
Robert Zadar is literally just beating up random men who pass him. We don't know who they are.
I think we're watching the Verve's Bittersweet Symphony video. It's a blatant rip-off. They ripped off the song from the Rolling Stones. They ripped off the video from Samurai Cop. Police chief scene. Here we go. Here we go.
Flubbed his line.
An officer lost his hand? What happened? So, real hair or wig? So we got here our classic police chief scene. He's just blowing his top at everything. You know, he's not playing by the rules. His guy is not doing it right, and he's just, absolutely losing it at him. They've just referred to him as samurai. Well, he's not actually called it, but that's the reference to samurai. I feel like somebody stuck a big club up my ass, and it hurts.
Like a nightclub?
No, yacht club.
Get out of my office! I don't want to see your face.
Just linger on him too long,
linger,
too long, too long.
Linger, and then he sits down,
smiling a bit,
and then he grins, and then he falls asleep, and that was it. That was the thing.
Bonkers editing, that is. Oh, I've just remembered a character that appears in the next scene that's coming up.
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
I can't get over.
No worries. I think I'm remembering Miami Connection.
Oh yeah. I told you, if Robert Zadar is also in it, that also confuses me because he's in so many terrible films which are very similar. But Miami Connection is another one which we watched really early on.
Miami Connection is another great bad film. So many scenes in it I absolutely love. But let's focus on Samurai Cop because good stuff's about to happen. Here's the character, Jay.
Oh my God, I'd forgotten, Gary.
Describe the character for us.
He. Wait a second. They're talking to the waiter. The waiter is a Latino man with a huge buffy hairdo, and he's the campest, most effeminate character you could possibly ever imagine in a film.
Everything is with his hands, right? What's your name? Alfonso Rafael Franco?
I can't understand a word he's saying.
Oh, he's just out of a different film, isn't he?
Oh my God, it is insane. It's like you're dreaming this scene. It's like I've conflated two different films. That character, I mean, talk about stealing a scene. Wow. Psychedelic and terrible at the same time. Oh, guys, you've got to watch. Even if you just watched that particular scene. I'd forgotten. Oh, here we go, Gary. Fight scene, 80s music. It's going to be good. Loads of thugs.
Yeah, I think something special happens here.
The sound effects are
Yet again, him and his partner are in two different films.
Yeah, they're never in the same scene, are they?
No.
Like, they're never in the same shot.
And a katana has got involved.
Ah! What on earth? So a bad guy's pulled out a katana from a van for some reason. Matt Hannon was about to attack him. Oh my God! Matt Hannon was about to attack him barehanded. His partner says, "What are you going to do? Attack him barehanded?" He motions to his partner. His partner shoots the bad guy with the katana in the shoulder. Matt Hannon attacks the bad guy, picks up his katana. Another bad guy comes to him, and he chops off the bad guy's arm. And this plastic rubbery thing flies across the screen. A bit
It's
like
a
that.
little bit.
2001: A Space Odyssey. You know, when the ape throws the bone in there, it turns into a spaceship. It's kind of.
I think that's what he was going for. Yeah.
Yeah. And the face that Matt Hannon pulls after he's chopped off the rubber arm is. You could
It's so
have
intense.
Oh God, so much leather and denim. Robert Zadar has seen one of his henchmen cowering on the floor because he's been shot. Robert Zadar just machine guns his henchman to death, putting out of his misery. Oh, there you go, Gary. I told you their old car has now been smashed. I told you.
You're right. Oh, is he just thrown a grenade under it? Yeah, he's blown it up.
No, he's grenaded the car. Although it looks just like a dry ice bomb. That's all it looks like. Oh, here we go.
Wow, that was a good bit of dialogue.
Look at my car. Captain's gonna burn my ass. Yeah, charcoal black. My ass is black. Right on, brother.
And then do a high five. Very strange.
Oh, Matt Hannon. Faded denim jeans, cowboy boots tucked in, huge billowing white sail of a shirt.
Big poofy white buccaneer shirt. Yeah.
And then hair that looks like, I mean, it's not even a mullet. What is that hair? It's massive.
Massive dark golden retriever locks. That's the second dog I've compared his hair to. Let's see how many more I can get through.
Here we go.
The lion head.
So he's gone to visit some woman. I don't know who she is. She's in this white. It's not really an office. It looks like a living room, but she's sitting down.
I think it's another room in the baddie's office. They're filming somewhere else.
And in the background on the wall is I'm going to say a head of a stuffed lion, but actually it looks like it's knitted or made out of wool. How would you describe it, Gary?
Well, it reminds me of, I think, season 6 of the Great British Bake Off, where one of the people made a very impressive lion face out of bread. And it looks just like that.
Lion face. You haven't seen it before.
They've
now
framed it.
taking up
They've framed it so that the
75%
woman.
of
Oh God. And I'm watching this on the day I went to Woburn Safari Park, and you know what? This was better than Woburn Safari Park. This lion head here.
just the choices of this film. The choices. I know it would be great if the woman stands next to the fake woolen knitted lion head. That would really be an arresting image.
Do you think the director's Nana made it? And they said, "Oh, you know, can you put it on screen for me, dearie?"
Yeah.
Every shot in this scene is anchored around this lion head, this woolly lion head. Like, oh, Jemima, Humpty Dumpty, and lion face.
Wow, look at that artwork behind them. There's a huge painting behind them on the wall. It looks like someone's fallen over and dropped a couple of paint pots.
You wish you had an inch of that artistic talent.
It's more Jackson Pollock than Jackson Pollock. Is he going to proposition this woman?
You mean he is propositioning this woman?
Oh, okay. Right now.
Quick, we haven't had the lion head on screen for about 5 seconds.
And now Matt Hannon, he now looks like a lion to me with his big teeth, his big mane. Oh, out of focus, way too close to the camera.
Now discussing which church they go to. Yeah, this scene was over like a minute ago.
This scene was over before it happened. The lion's not too happy about it either. The lion. Just cut the scene. The scene's still going, guys. The scene is still going. Nothing's happening. Oh, finally.
Yeah, it's been a good 15 seconds since we had a fight. Let's have another fight scene.
Maybe a little later. Right now, I got orders to break both your legs. Come on.
That's right. When a person's talking, put the camera on the people who are not talking. How about that?
And make sure they don't have any reactions as well.
Yeah.
No, you don't say that in a fight. Stay back, this guy is mine.
Stay back, this guy's mine. And then he flails a baseball bat for about 3 seconds and then gets kicked in the balls. And that's it.
Classic samurai move. Kick in the balls.
Yeah, for the samurai, a character called the Samurai Cop, he's doing very, very little samurai.
Hey, this is the car park where they just had a fight.
This is where their car just exploded and Robert Zazar killed loads of his men. They're back in the same car park.
Oh, they've just done his ass is black routine again.
Oh my God.
It wasn't funny the first time. And now he's talking about losing bits of his willy, and she's like, "Oh, I would like to use your willy before you lose it." What?
Oh my God. Did you hear what she just said?
Yeah, I don't know why she said it or what her intending with it.
So she just said to a fellow cop who we don't really know much about, he's only been in about 2 scenes, she says, "Since we got nothing to do, let's fuck." Oh, here we go. This is the other guy, the other Japanese bald guy who's also a bad guy, who I said was in Big Trouble in Little China. He's wearing some black Speedos on the bed with a woman, and now they're kissing. Oh, he looks like he's eating her face. And there's pictures behind him which look like the front cover of Duran Duran albums. I mean,
Indeed. Her name is Rio.
1991. Oh, this is great tension 80s cop music.
Sort of high synth chord. Meow.
Don't move you're under arrest. Just once I get these patio doors open, you'll be under arrest.
Now poor Gerald is running around in his pants.
Well,
running away from Samurai Cop.
He started the scene. Sorry. Laughing at the pathetic henchman who almost like drops the gun. Some of this just won't translate, but let me tell you, you may as well just watch this film because it's hilarious. There's so many good bits. Oh, he's not wearing his pants now. He's now changed.
Did he manage to get dressed?
That was bloody quick.
Whilst legging it away from the police, he manages to get dressed.
He sort of flies through a window, and oh, the wig's back. Oh my God, it looks awful.
That's a spaniel. That's dog number 3.
And the wig's gone. I don't understand how one shot he can get a guy right between his eyes, and literally in the next scene, he shoots a guy about 5 times and doesn't hit him anywhere near. Here we go. So he's calling the bad guy in a garden which had a wall, and then all of a sudden,
they're in a bamboo garden.
They're in a massive savannah.
Whereas the previous one had cacti and succulents. Now they're in a desert.
Now they're on the edge of Los Angeles. You can see the city.
Huge hair. Huge hair.
It gets bigger. So
it reacts to combat. So they filmed this not only on a different day, but on a different planet.
Yeah, and they hadn't worked out that they need to film these guys fighting before Matt Hannon cuts his hair. Matt Hannon cuts his hair, and then they realise, oh, we haven't filmed you fighting yet. Right, put a wig on.
And they've also sped this footage up. It's not bad, but why speed it up?
It's not, yeah,
so
but
it gets a bit. It comes across a bit Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, it does. He's not bad, this guy. I've seen him in other martial arts films, but I mean, I can't stop looking at the wig, quite frankly. Have you noticed on the table they've got a bottle of white wine and a bottle of red wine and a bowl of fruit?
Got to provide options. They could be having meat or fish.
But they're not. They're having fruit. What wine?
But all of them are drinking red. Nobody's drinking the white. In fact, both bottles are sealed. They're all drinking a kind of Ribena concoction.
Vimto.
Maybe they're reenacting the Billy Joel song. A bottle of white, a bottle of red.
Oh dear.
Who's she with?
Tits and everything. Oh, is it Zadar? Oh my God.
Zadar gets some.
Tits, muff and chin. What a horrible...
I remember them in the 70s. They were good.
Triple act. That is a disgusting room and bedspread. Oh my God, what are they doing? They lick it. Oh dear. What's that? Is that someone's knee? Oh, it's someone's butt. Oh, it's her butt, and it's his hairy arm. I don't want to see Robert Zadar.
He's kind of chewing her chin.
He looks like a drowning guppy. What's going on? Here comes. It's the
what
fake.
Is built into the bedhead there. They've got some weird devices on the left and right.
Shame is built into the bedhead. Oh, cut to a church. From tits to a church. Cut from the two nipples, or erect nipples of a woman to the two spires of a church, Gary. There you go. Oh, they're back at the lion office. There it is again. She looks like a lion. So there's another woman along with the original woman in the lion office, and the other woman who's slightly older has got a huge Buffy mane style hairdo, and she also looks like a lion. Oh, talking of Buffy hairdos, here comes Japanese mullet. Oh, it just gets bigger every time I see it. The captain, you know something? I don't give a fuck. So the captain is just ordering his police officers to kill every single bad guy. Not sure that's how police works.
I think we found through much of bad film watching that what police do is very much up to the director or screenwriter.
Yes.
So, Samurai Cop vaults over the fence. His partner shuffles under it badly.
All for a joke.
Why did you go underneath? Because I'm an undercover cop. It's a perfect joke. It works. This sequence is really showing off how they've shot it on loads of different types of film. And they've graded it with different stock. They've shot it with different stock completely. The stuff inside is bright yellow. Some of the stuff has a blue tinge. Some of it doesn't.
You know, like when sellotape goes off, it sort of goes yellow. That's what it looks like. Oh my God, this guy, the henchman, is firing at them with a submachine gun and hitting nothing. He's got a machine gun. The 3-minute death whilst you keep firing. Oh my god, some of these henchmen look amazing. This is.
There's a henchman being shot, and he's just like so not bothered. It's like if you told your uncles, can you just pretend to be shot? Yeah, okay. And just film the first thing he did.
He takes about 10 minutes to sort of slowly sit down and die.
So, in terms of other henchmen, we've now got another one who looks like the comedian Paul Foot.
Where are they getting all these ugly guys from?
Do you know what the other thing that bugs me is that you sort of go for a look when you've got henchmen of a certain clan or family, so they all look like they belong together.
Yeah, they're just the most random specimens you could possibly find. Look at the wig. I'm saying look at the wig because the wig's terrible in this shot, but look at the other guy with his real hair.
Yeah, that's our Paul Foot, man.
So we're now in the hallway of the bad guy, which is Japanese Mullet Man. There's about 15 different Turkish rugs. There's a porcelain life-size dog. The henchman is holding a woman hostage, and they're being shot behind a strange statuette. So you can barely see them. Gary, have you noticed how many sort of slightly effeminate pastel pictures there are hanging on the wall of flowers and little girls?
That's what all Japanese mafia have in their houses. It's a sign of true culture.
Look at that! Look at that one there. It's like a garden. It's like a granny garden. That one looks like a Bob Ross painting. Oh no! They've shot the partner, and he slowly lies down on the rug.
So we've killed Japanese mafia Mullet Man, but Robert Zadar lives. So we are heading towards a final showdown between Samurai Cop Man and Robert Zadar Man. So,
But let's just get this clear. The main villain is now dead.
Yeah, but the villain you actually want to see is still alive.
So why didn't they just make Robert Zadar the main bad guy? You riddle me that, Gary. I mean, that's just a litany of questions I have about this film.
I cannot.
Wow, Matt Hannon is now wearing huge white trainers, Seinfeld. And now they're sort of, I don't know where they are. They're in the back garden. It looks like a cabin. Now it looks like a bamboo garden again. Now it looks like a random bit of earth in the middle of the mountains. Different film start. Oh, here's your mate, Gary.
Peter Mullen has arrived.
With double denim, stonewashed, faded. Oh,
Classy act.
Oh,
So here's Mr.
awful.
Perfect.
Kurt Hennig. Pathetic bit of cardboard that the henchman knocks down as if it was a door. The deaths of these henchmen.
Poly. Oh, there's a henchman standing on top of a roof. I wonder what will happen to him when he gets shot.
I think he'll sit down very neatly, and he definitely won't fly off.
Oh, and there we go. Quick roly-poly off the roof.
There was literally no need for it to get on the roof, was there really? Oh, love it. Where are these guys coming from? Do you know what it reminds me of, Gary? This little section reminds me of some 80s computer game where you sort of endless henchmen before you're trying to get to the boss, right? You know, like on a Sinclair ZX Spectrum or something.
Just waves and waves of bad dudes exist only to be mown down.
Yeah. Oh, it's Ginger Woman, and she's got a submachine gun. Oh, pathetic. She got shot reloading.
So Zadar is taking off his shirt. He's down to a vest. That means business time.
It does. It means something serious is about to go down. I'm laughing just because it's relentlessly stupid. Different film stock. 3 different film stocks there. Oh, it just never ends. They must have run out of film stock here. There's just so many different colours. Just continual firing at each other, and nothing is being hit.
Firing each other from different films, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Literally from different film. That was a shot of a window. Nothing happened in it. I think that is definitely a wig, but it's the wigs are quite different often in each scene. But Zadar has challenged Samurai Cop. Oh, and he's picked up the sword from the other henchman.
He cleans it with his bicep because that's how badass he is. So now our 2 guys face off. In the blue corner, Samurai Cop himself, and in the red corner, the Chinmeister Zadar.
It's like Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Maul, or something similar. Oh my
There's the
God.
T-shirt.
So much flailing around of swords. Oh, they're finally fighting now.
In fast motion.
Matt Hannon's face is... I mean, obviously, Robert Zadar has one of the weirdest faces you'll ever see, but Matt Hannon is not far off. It's bright red with these piercing white beady eyes and huge white teeth. Oh, the wig is terrible. This is the worst wig yet.
And yet again, his henchman is watching him from about 17 miles away with some reaction shots.
Matt Hannon's crushing Robert Zadar's eyes for a second there. We can't actually see what Samurai Cop is doing because the shot is just of his face. I mean, it's quite a disappointing fight, really. It's slow, clumsy, badly shot. And they picked up the swords again. And the wig is unbelievably bad.
What dog would you rate it as?
Afghan hound.
Nice.
I think his real hair's back. Yay!
Yeah, it did. It came back when there was some contact.
He's crushing Robert Zadar's chin, which is something I wouldn't go.
I think he just broke his neck.
I have the high
And for Robert Zadar to lose face, that's quite a lot.
He's got to lose quite a lot. There's a lot of face to lose. Samurai Cop's about to chop off Zadar's head.
He killed a bunch of other people. What does it matter? His partner says, no, you're a cop, don't do it. But he's got no hesitation in shooting and stabbing loads of other guys. And so Robert Zadar commits seppuku because he's a samurai.
Of course he's a samurai, yeah. Oh, terrible. Out of focus close-up of Robert Zadar's face. Massive on the screen. More massive than normal. Oh, God. Cut to Samurai Cop and maybe sexy time on beach. Oh, outrageous. That's what you cut from suicide to sexy time, Gary. That's how you do it.
That's how I've always done it.
From suicide to sexy time on a rock. She looks like she's fallen asleep. He looks like he's lost his contact lens. There's a shot of a wave hitting a rock, and that's the end.
And our film ends. I tell you what, I enjoyed that just as much the second time as I did the first time around. It's so bizarre. It's fun. I mean, I could do without the objectifying.
Could you? And the 3,000 deaths.
Yeah. Have you seen the credits? There's a guy called Michael Jackson without an H in the name.
There's a guy called Holland, just one name.
Just Holland. It's the entire country. That played the part of Robert Zadar's chin.
Oh my God, there's loads of people with just one name. The sound mixer was Sasha, just Sasha. The boom operator was Sean.
And, where would they have been without Sean operating that boom?
What about the second assistant camera, Human Furrow? Human Furrow. Oh, God. Did you enjoy that then, Gary? Yeah?
I enjoyed that tremendously. How did you get on?
Yeah, it was great. It's great. it's a gift that keeps on giving. It never really lets up, does it? I mean, there's a couple of little flabby bits, and there's too much sexy time, but generally
But it's not
speaking,
slow, is it? It's not slow at all.
no. And
It's a
also,
lot of fun.
there's always something weird sort of around the corner, isn't there? Like dialogue, terrible sort of action scene.
Or Camp Filipino waiters.
Oh, brilliant! Exploding cars. Yeah,
Requests to check if you're circumcised or not.
Bowls of fruit, chicken, red wine.
It's a treat. It's a real treat.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching that again.
Yes, anniversary special.
Anniversary special. I hope you enjoyed listening to that as well. Perhaps a bit self-indulgent, but we had a good time anyway. Guys, if you think there's something else we're missing we should check out, please get in touch with us through the Instagram, through the Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. If you're enjoying what we're doing, join the others that have so generously donated. Ko-fi, that's ko-fi/WWBF pod. Thank you so much. Jay, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you all for 1 year, and we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.